My husband has been keeping his other family for years. My husband and I had been married for 25 years. We have a 25-year-old daughter who was working as a chef in a different city, and a 22-year-old son who was fresh out of college at that time and is still figuring out what he wants in life. It was always me and my son at home. He would bring his friends around most of the time and introduce me to all sorts of things that millennials do. I must admit, my life has been boring most of the time. I was working as a part-time assistant nurse and would find simple joys in my discoveries brought about by my son. My husband then was working as a sales agent. He would often travel for 2 to 3 days and sometimes even during weekends. We had a pretty good relationship, even if we were no longer that active in bed. Whenever he was at home, we would make lunch together, stay in to watch movies at home, learn to navigate social media, or find time to eat out and have quick dates. I never did once suspect that he was hiding anything from me, from us. My world came crashing down when I found out about his second family. It was in the most unexpected way. He was out of town for work, and my son and I decided to have a quick trip outside the city for outlet shopping. I bumped into an old friend who happened to be my husband's former coworker. We exchanged pleasantries and even complimented me for looking good. It was his wife who asked about my son's age, and if both of my kids got the chance to bond with their little sister. My instinct all of a sudden sensed something bad. I pushed the ex-colleague to sit down and have coffee and tell me something I did not know. It turns out that my husband told them a lie as well. They said that my husband told them that he had already confessed everything to me and had left his mistress, and that I welcomed his kids from his mistress with open arms. That was his mistake. He was keeping everything secret, even from friends, and his lies involved us. Clearly, he was not the best liar. I learned that my husband has a mistress for 10 years. They have a daughter who is 6 years old, and they live in a different neighborhood but in the same city as ours. My son, who was with me at that time, was devastated too. Everything he knew about his father was a lie, and he surely did not deserve it. I put all my efforts and composed myself after that dreaded meeting, and decided to confront my husband when we went back home the next day. I gave him the freedom to make a decision. He was free to choose the other family because the child, after all, was very young. But I also said that if he was going to stay with us, he was going to cut ties with his other family. It took him less than a day to decide. He was choosing them. And just like that, the 25 years of being together all went down the drain. He also confessed that his family knew about his other family, and he wanted to protect the child. We have 2 adult children, but even so, they needed protection from all the hurt too. My eldest daughter came home after, and we decided that it was best to just end the marriage. Both my kids were certain they don't need a father, and we can move on from that nightmare. I was sad and devastated and heartbroken. I loved him dearly, and I felt betrayed that he was keeping something from me for 10 years. I was also too dumb to sense something was wrong. When he moved out, we both hired a lawyer to process our divorce. I went to therapies as well, and for a year, I was slowly building my life back with my children. After 1 year and 6 months of being separated, my husband started calling me again, wanting to reconcile. He said he no longer has feelings for his mistress, and that he was staying for the young child. He said he misses me terribly, and he would think about our family every day ever since he moved out. At this point, I was beginning to believe in him again. After all, I still love him. He would swing by and visit our home, and I would welcome him. Both of the children with me, however, did not want to see him, and he was okay with that. He said that everything would be okay in time. But while we were seeing each other again, we were never physical. He said he wanted to cut ties completely with the mistress and just fix everything in court, including child support. I even helped him research on how to do it. After months of trying, I talked to my children about the possibility of welcoming their dad back into our home. They never wanted it, but said that if that would make me happy, then by all means, they would accept. When everything seemed okay, another unexpected thing happened. The mistress suddenly showed up at my home. She said that my husband and her were still seeing each other and would sleep together. I asked her to leave and to never bother me again. I confronted my husband about this, and he said that although I was the one he loves, he no longer had that strong physical attraction with me. I can't believe I was hearing it from someone I have been half of my life with. It was as if I never really knew him at all. At that point, I decided to leave everything behind for good. I don't want him seeing me or seeing his children ever again. I also talked to my lawyer that night and asked how we can speed up the divorce process. Eventually, our divorce was granted. I also applied for a mortgage to buy a home near the place where my daughter works and start together with just me and the kids. As for the old home, we listed it for sale. He would still reach out to me, but I never answered any of his calls again. We also did not let him know of our plan to move. It was liberating to finally set the past behind and welcome the beauty that is about to come. I never wanted to think that I wasted 25 years of my life for him. We had a good start, but it was not a happy ending. I am leaving that phase of my life behind, with lessons learned and experience gained, all for the better.